Hi, I'm Brent Haseker here, and I've got a coworker with me here today. Her name's Veronica, and I'll tell you here in a minute why I've got her here with me on Facebook Live. What I wanted to do is I wanted to do a Facebook Live video on the changes that Facebook is making to their algorithm, which is impacting brands. So if you've got a Facebook page that you're using to promote your website, then these changes that Facebook is making will really impact how well your posts show up to the people who follow you. And so Veronica has already written a really excellent blog article on this particular topic. So I thought, hey, instead of me talking about this, why not just invite Veronica on and have her talk with you about these changes that Facebook's making. So welcome, Veronica. This is Veronica Buell. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Veronica, and what you do here at NetSource.
Well, I am a social media manager. I handle the social media marketing for all of our clients here, most of our clients, I should say. And part of that job is keeping up with what things like Facebook are doing and changing and knowing how to get the output from that.
Okay.
I guess you could say.
Okay, great, great. And basically what I'll do here is I kind of got some questions here that I've got for you based on this blog post that you shared with us, that you posted on our company blog, which is at netsourceinc.com/blog. You can see the full address to it because it's a really long URL. It's in the description of this video feed. And the first question is, what exactly is Facebook doing?
Well, Mark Zuckerberg came out on February 11th and stated that they wanted to make Facebook more of a family-oriented thing again because they were getting a lot of feedback from people on Facebook that they weren't seeing the things that were most important to them. It was getting blocked out by more brands and companies. Their news feed was being taken over by all these brands and stuff. So Facebook basically has decided to change their algorithm so that we see more of what's more important to us, which are our friends and our families, posts and stuff.
Okay. So basically they're making it, and this is kind of something that's been happening for a while, is Facebook's been making it harder and harder for businesses to have good organic showing, and I don't know if that's the right word to use, organic showing in people's Facebook feeds, meaning more and more it's becoming more of a pay to play by doing boosted posts and advertisements and things like that, where you're paying Facebook to get more visibility. But with this particular change, and I know there's still a lot of businesses that are on tight budgets, they're trying to get as much as they can out of social media without having to go to pay-per-play method. So with that in mind, how can businesses overcome this change, or what are some of the things that they can do to kind of help combat against this change that Facebook's doing?
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a horrible thing that's happening. I think it's going to have some positive effects for those who want to step up. Basically, what it's going to create is you're going to have to be more effective with your posting. You have to be more. You got to create more meaningful content, basically. Some people have the misrepresentation that you can just throw anything out there, and as long as you're posting something, it's going to be seen. But that's just not how it works.
Right.
Your goal is always to be more engaging. You want to give the public things that they want to see. And one of the biggest things is to remember that you're not there. I mean, although you may be a business and your goal there is to get more followers and to get more business, but the thing is you're there for them. You're there for your followers. So you need to give them more engaging posts, give them more meaningful content, give them solutions to their problems. And that means writing posts and articles and stuff that you're posting need to address their particular problems.
You had mentioned a line that I thought was really good. Content is not king. We always hear that content is king, but you had wrote that content is not king. Great content is king.
Yes.
So I think that's kind of the key here.
Exactly. Right. Yes. It's not the quantity of what you're putting out there, it's the quality. And I always tell people it's better if you don't have anything of quality to post, it's better not to post at all. So just make everything that you put out there just pristine and make it quality product is what people want. Okay, that's great. What makes them follow you.
Well, what are some of the ways they can create quality content that people are going to be able to engage with?
Well, basically, it's finding out what the people that are following you want. It's asking them questions. I mean, part of social media is to be social, engage with them. So ask what they want to see. Ask them what their pain points are. Ask them what their problems are and what solutions they're looking for. Any kind of social media is about that connection. So connect with your followers. Let them know that you care about them. Let them know that you really want to help them. That's what you're there for. So just the big part of it is just finding what they need to know and what they want to know, and give that to them.
True. Yeah, and a lot of times, like I see a lot of customers when we start talking initially, they'll say, "Yeah, we're doing Facebook," and pretty much what they're doing is they're just recycling posts that they see from other sources.
Yes.
They're curating content, which in the past has been a good way of getting posts out there and things that people will share, but that's not as effective anymore, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
And so there's getting, like you say, getting more engaged with your customer base is important. And there's things too that you can do. Like, for example, right now we're doing Facebook Live, which is something that has much more of impact on your Facebook account than just posting a photo or a text link or something like that. You'll see that videos do much, much better than if you just are posting photos or links or, recycling stuff. So that's something to think about too. Do you have information that you can share online with your customer base? And you also mentioned about creating a community, and that's kind of what you're referring to there.
Yes.
What are actually Facebook groups? That's another thing too, because I actually have a customer that I was talking to recently, and I was saying, "Hey, how you doing with your Facebook advertising, with your Facebook page?" And he said, "Well, actually, I've got a Facebook group," and they said, the changes that Google's making is really not impacting me because I've got a Facebook group that everybody's engaged with, and so I don't have to really worry about it. Whereas with my Facebook page, of course, people aren't looking at as much, but the group is doing really well because that's what people are engaging with. There's a community there that people are engaged in. So you can think beyond just having a Facebook page, but also having something like a group.
Yeah, in addition to that. And that can be, you can have several Facebook groups actually on different subjects. What that does is it creates that community around that subject. It also creates a feeling of exclusiveness.
Right.
They belong to something that's important. And it starts a conversation whenever you get a group of people together that like the same things or interested in the same things. It creates that community and it starts a conversation not only between you and those people, but among themselves. And it makes a really strong following. And if you are constantly curating that content and getting more involved in it, more engaged in it, it becomes stronger and stronger, and people get really committed to your brand because they know that you're giving them something that they can't get elsewhere.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I'm a member of a number of Facebook groups, and I know anytime something's posted on one of those groups, it shows up in my feed all the time. Yeah. So, that's another way of getting around these changes. If you're able to create a group that has some followers that really engage with your brand, they're going to see whatever stuff gets posted to that group. So that's a cool thing too.
Yeah, because the new algorithm, what it does is that it decides who's going to show up in the news feed by how much engagement is there, how many likes there are, comments done, and shares there are. And by creating this community where there's constant talking in there, it will do it by itself as long as you keep it going. So it's definitely a really good way to go.
Absolutely, that's a great tip there. Anything else as far as creating community or kind of getting around the changes that Facebook's making?
Yeah, one of the things that you can do is, some people don't know about it, is that you can ask your followers for help. Mm-hmm. You can ask them to, share and comment and stuff. As long as it's constantly moving, the algorithm will show that there's communication happening on your page.
Right.
The other thing you can do is ask your followers to, there's a thing on the link that says follow on the top of Facebook page. If they click on that, you can choose to see your stuff first.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask your followers to do that, then you know that they'll see it in the newsfeed first, and that way your content will be seen more regularly.
Right, and that's a great thing to do, but also keep in mind, if you're going to do that, to make sure you've got good content.
Yes,
that people will want to make sure, because I mean, if they're thinking you don't really have much good content, why would I do that?
Exactly.
And that can backfire on you. But if you're really producing a lot of really good, cool content, then
Mm-hmm.
people will be like, yeah, absolutely. I followed you for a reason. That's so I can get information from you. So if you remind them, hey, make sure you do this so you can continue to see our posts.
Yeah.
Most of the people are probably going to do that if they like your content.
Yeah, I know I do that a lot for brands and stuff that
Mm-hmm.
I really like a lot, and they get lost in the feed. I push them up to the top so I can make sure I see them all the time. So.
Right. And I think you made a great point in your blog article too, that basically saying that this new change is an opportunity for you and your business to be better at what you do. So don't think of this necessarily just as a negative of, Facebook's making this change and now my stuff's never going to be seen unless I pay. It's really a great opportunity to improve what you're doing and to get better response from people who follow you.
Exactly. It's a chance to be to step up and to show that you're better than the average bear, I guess. Exactly. It's a call out to all businesses to really step up and excel at what you do. You're an expert at what you do. You just need to show it now.
Mm-hmm.
You need to prove it to people by giving them the stuff that they want, to give them the content and all the solutions that they're looking for. You're the expert. Prove it to them now, and do it in a high quality way that they want to hear everything you say. That's how you create followers, and that's how you create raving fans of your brand. So you just got to keep that stuff going.
Okay, great. Good information. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching. And if you need anything, need any assistance with social media or anything with your website online, give us a call at NetSource. We can be reached at 1-800-709-3240. Thanks for watching.